Hello, happy Wednesday. You are on the Heart of Success show, and I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. I go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time. And here on this show, I share tips, methods, tools, techniques, knowledge, and experience of how you can create success in all areas of your life, not only one sided definition of success where we all been reprogrammed and indoctrinated into believing that success is only when we succeed in our business and professional life, but all the other areas of our life is not really that important. But what we are experiencing now is a very uh, traumatic events that happening. So today I decided to talk about how we can take back control for ourselves. So I would like to start with a quote that was actually written by Caleb Seth Pearl. Our own sovereignty. So when you are with your sovereign self, you can then walk in the noise again and show people that silence is here too, in your very own being. When you act from your being, yourself, you ground the energy within yourself. So you can be the quiet within the noise. So today I decided that I can explain for you how we as a humanity, as individuals and groups of people, allow ourselves to be drawn into this mess that we all are in, right? So I'm going to talk about trauma of the collective social mind. So we are all collectively at the tipping point to into the new direction on one way or another. So our modern economic driven societies were already collapsing when the COVID-19 bioagent come along to speed up this process. So now we are continuing to be impacted not only by the forces of the bioagent, but also by info virus and psychovirus. So 2022 was predicted to be a year where everybody turned up the great fear irrational. So we are being recorded biologically, socially, and psychologically. Hello, Few. Thank you so much to be here with me. So it's a time for us to open up our eyes fully and start to really realize and see how did we allow ourselves to be drawn into this so-called impotence of the will. So when the repression against our inner direction, which is our sovereign state, the human sovereignty. So when we actually been suppressed and repressed from from having our inner direction, we then create the so-called moral and ethical void. And within this void, there's many different groups of people start to form different directions and different movements, and even through the creation of these movements, even then people still are looking for external guidance. They still lack of the internal direction because we're lacking of the very advanced, transparent and honest leadership at this stage, because we all internally lacking that individually and of course collectively. So when the situation turned up to be a crisis, right, so it's only one little step from that crisis to become a trauma. So When the trauma become to be on an expanded level, as we see it now on a global level, then it stopped to be an isolated experience. It's become a continuous process, right? So a continuous traumatic process then is no longer can be stopped easily, and it's basically needed nagging at the varying intervals to be sustained in that state of the traumatic experience. So, and it has become very difficult for anyone to actually act and maintain the self-sovereignty. I already spoke about it on my other episode about self-sovereignty, because it's not something that is established by someone. Sovereignty is our inner state of being, and it is already in our nature. So there's no structures, governments, or anyone creating sovereignty for us in the form of the constitution or any other kind of uh, papers or documents to say that we are sovereign. We already sovereign in our own inner natural state. So that's what we need to start to look at, and we need to start to strengthen that inner state within ourselves, because we easily gave up our sovereign state for the fear and for the traumatic collective experience, and all of this collective social mind is now in that neurosis of the collective state, where we cannot pull ourselves from that space of being pulled into that fearful state of the collective traumatic experience. And we are still experiencing that fragmentally and through the different intervals of time, where we still kept to maintain and sustain that traumatic collective experience. So I would like to invite you to maybe use a few steps that I would like to share with you. I have 5 steps that can help you to take yourself out of that collective traumatic experience and build your own inner sovereign state that can actually assist you in going through this traumatic experience with much more peace, balance, and knowing that this is only a temporary state, that it's gonna to pass. So it's time for us to start to own our sovereign state and start to build that over that sovereign state, right? Step 1, what I suggest is like disengage yourself from all of this destructive dissonance and noise that is around us. This is everywhere. This is wobbliness of that field that is pulling us in. So I would like you to start to disengage from this. This is the number 1 state. Amber, thank you for being here. So you having a comment here, almost in bed, so we'll catch up fully. Okay, no problem at all, absolutely, because I know you watching from another part of the world where it's night, and of course, you catch it up later on when you reply. So what I was saying, the first step is disengage yourself from all of these distractions and dissonance and the noise that is everywhere around. So that's the number 1 step. Step 2 is turn your gaze inside of yourself and focus on your sovereign state, right? And practice groundness. So this is really, really important at this stage, to be able to pull yourself out of this collective traumatic field, right? So the number 3 step is realize that the corruption is finally coming to light. So we are all living right now. We getting understanding and knowledge through awakening and through all of the processes and energetic support. It is actually helping us to start to realize that for so long humanity has been living in a very, very suppressed and oppressive state, right? So the step 4, I would like you to invite to realize and know that the new way of living is birthing from the inside, within the inside, while the current system is actually collapsing. So while it is breaking up, we already need to start to birth our new way of living and our new reality. So, oh, Tatiana, hello. Thank you so much to be here. I'm talking about how we can get back to ourselves, our sovereign state. Sovereignty is a state of existence, state of our inner being, which we lost a long time ago, and we've been allowing that to be right now completely wiped up through the through this fear imposed narratives and all this nagging that is putting onto us at the regular intervals so that we can stay in the collective traumatic experience. And of course, it is so hard to uh, get yourself out of that collective trauma, right? So what I'm saying here, I'm giving 5 steps how we can start to pull ourselves out of that field. So I talk about first step, disintegrate yourself from distraction and all of this dissonance and noise. Turn your gaze inward of yourself and focus on your sovereign state. What does it mean for you to be sovereign? What does it mean for you to actually be in stillness with yourself, in knowing what you really want, how you want to live your life, right? Then the step 3 is realize that corruption is finally coming to an end and coming to the light. So the 4th step is the new way of living needs to be birthed within ourselves while the old system is collapsing and breaking down, right? So it is the time where we start to birth our new reality, right? The last step, the 5th step, is that realize that for some time old system and a new system will exist together, will coexist for some time in the same physical space, but it will be occupying very different energetic space. So that's where I would like to invite you to focus on and strive to be in different energetic space from the old dying system. So you need to create that new reality, the new world that you would like to live. So you need to start to really focus on where energetically you are at. So if you are still feeling and noticing that you are drawing into this uh, you know, drawing into this collective neurosis and collective social traumatic experience. So this is the time where you stop, you ground yourself, you start to really create and strengthen your sovereign state, which is, of course, you need to fully be conscious where energetically you are at. Because if you energetically in doubt, in fear, then you supporting and prolonging the life of this old crumbling system. If you move yourself and you lift up yourself into the new energetic of the new life, the life you want to live, when you start to vibrate and occupy a different space of the energetic space, well, then it's enough for you just to visualize the life you want to live. and it's enough for you to start to really believe that you are creating it. It's only that it haven't been built yet in the physical reality. But if you stay long enough in that higher vibrational new reality energetic space, then manifestation will start to happen much more quicker. So that if you energetically start to really get awareness of where you at, and by intentional shift, put yourself back into that highly vibrational new world, new reality, and peace and harmony energetic space, well then the reality will manifest very quickly. And also by you doing it, you can help others to join you into that new energetic space, because people are start to awake, and more and more people start to ask questions. And that's where we as a our as we build our own sovereign state of being, we can help others enormously to be able to be in the same energetic space, so that we can create together, right? So yes, Tatiana, it is my 50th show. Oh my God. So in 2 shows, it's going to be exactly 1 year, as I am every week coming and talk to you about different aspects of our lives, and share with you how we can actually individually and collectively create success in our lives. How to do it, detach yourself if everyone around is asleep. Well, not all asleep. So everyone is actually yes, most of the people in the space of the old old paradigm. But at the same time, there's more and more people every day waking up, more and more people asking questions. There's more and more people are asking themselves, because to live and exist in this space and a field of anxiety and constant fear create a lot of physical disbalances and create a lot of suffering, right? So I forgot to put my glass of water, and I'm feeling like I would like to drink, but anyway. So I know there's a lot of forces right now playing around, and of course the force of bioagent, the COVID-19, but also right now, instead of that bioagent COVID narrative, there's already a self-perpetuating field of the info virus and the psychovirus. So this is the most dangerous state that we can allow ourselves to be, and that's why I'm sharing with you these 5 steps that you personally can assist yourself to be able to be in your sovereign state and strengthen that state, so that you can be then assisting others in the same way. So I would like to maybe, I'm not sure what you mean, Tatiana. No, not at all, but most. So I know that there's a lot of people are still asleep, and they following this fearful, constant, fragmentally sending information and things to the social space, and that attachment to this fear is of course quite difficult to break out from. But that's what I'm suggesting, that if we all start to look within ourselves, not really looking at others. I know there's it's so hard, and of course many people are taking less resistant path of blaming and uh, you know uh, transferring the responsibility on someone else. So the transference of the responsibility and transference of the reality that you still not seeing and not feeling within yourself is another problem, which is of course a continuation of that traumatic experience that we are globally and collectively right now experiencing. Well, anyway, so that's what we need to start to contemplate for ourselves, and also try to assist us when we build that sovereign state, when we actually build it for ourselves in our own life. Start from the little steps, like for example, evaluate what decisions you make in your life, like in relation to maybe your eating habits. Like it starts from that little steps. When you start to confront all the decisions that you make that not serving you, and you become aware that this decision not really serve me, it serves somebody or something else, well then maybe you need to start to learn how to be aware of the other issues, because it is all within our system. And if we start to train ourselves with the little things, well, then we slowly start to build our discernment, and we start to build that sovereign state that no one else can give to us. We have it in ourselves, given from nature, from God, from source, whatever you call it. We are already sovereign. There's no one can give it to us in the form of constitutions or any other means. So we are sovereign, always been, will be, and that's the reality. This is the truthfulness of it. All right, I would like to say thank you so much for supporting me, being here with me, and I will come back next Wednesday at 2 o'clock, and I would like to put that little music that I have for you here, and I invite you to start to really feel your sovereign state, because when you feel your sovereign state, the fear doesn't have any space in your system. I really wish and hope you can start to get that sovereignty for yourself. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.